Hello moin! My name is Luca, some people online might also know me as Logstar, and this is the progress I used to make on personal projects if we only look about 2 years back. Not a whole lot, is it? Since you clicked on this video, the odds aren't bad that this devastating white sheet of paper also reflects your progress on personal projects in recent weeks, months, or even years. If you have big plans to turn into reality, but constantly fail to do so just like I did, this one is for you. It will hopefully help you to break down an inner barrier holding every one of us back and allow you to finally get going, so stick around. Chapter 1. We have a biased perception of quality. In today's world, much of what we encounter, whether online or in the real world, has been meticulously refined and polished beyond belief before we even have a chance to take a look at it. Things like commercial products, projects and even personal achievements are carefully curated and only presented when they meet a perceived standard of excellence. The truth is that we are simply not exposed to the messy and imperfect early stages of most things. This is because mass media coverage like TV or online ads are very expensive for companies, and it can feel uncomfortable or even embarrassing for us individuals to share failures online. This creates a false sense of reality though, one where we believe that perfection is the only acceptable standard. Most of us are already so used to this idea that we feel that our work isn't worth sharing at all if it doesn't meet such a level of craftsmanship. This pressure can easily feel overwhelming and discourages us from even trying. The result, instead of building our own solution, pursuing creative ideas and experiencing personal growth, we don't even get started. Most of the time, we even settle for buying products that meet these unrealistic standards, but merely our own needs. But here's the thing, perfection isn't the norm, it's the exception. Believe it or not, but most success stories you hear or read about are actually the result of years of trial, error and incremental improvements. The selective presentation of only the very best products fuels the idea that anything less than perfect is a failure. And this mindset holds many people back from realizing their dreams, you and me included. Chapter 2. The fear of failure. If we are honest to ourselves for a second, the real reason why many of us hesitate to start something new or fail to pursue our plans really is fear, the fear of failure. Whether it's launching a business, starting a new hobby, or pursuing a lifelong dream, the fear of messing up or not being able to handle challenges is oftentimes enough to paralyze us. We fear that our idea might be too complex, too risky, or too big to handle. Instead of taking action, we hesitate and stay in the safe area of planning. So we plan, replan, and endlessly tinker with ideas, but never ever move any forward. Even worse, this constant stream of work provides us with a false sense of being productive, while in reality rendering all our efforts useless. The truth is, this behavior is absolutely normal, but acknowledging it is a crucial first step in order to break the cycle. Failure is inevitable. Everyone starts out somewhere, and the first iterations of basically anything, whether it's a product, a personal project, or the first cake you bake, are rarely perfect. In fact, they can be downright messy, and I'm not only speaking about the cake here. But the beauty of getting started is that you learn from the process itself, even if the result is far from perfect. Every failure you face, whether small or big, brings with it valuable insights that bring you closer and closer to success. The key takeaway here is that the fear of failure is something you need to face head on, and that can only be done by actually getting started. Chapter 3. You have nothing to lose. One of the most liberating realizations ever is recognizing that you truly have nothing to lose by getting started. People who never take risks and never try something new out might never experience failure, but they will also never experience success. They remain stagnant. Ultimately, it's a simple choice. Do nothing and guarantee that nothing ever changes, or take action and open the door for possibilities. Sure, some people achieved success due to favorable conditions, luck, or simply being in the right place at the right time. But only ever waiting for luck to change your life will bring you exactly nowhere. You need to create possibilities through real actions. At the end of the day, you are the only one in control of your life, and there is no one else to blame for not reaching your goals. So always ask yourself, what do I have to lose? If you fail, you're likely no worse off than when you started. In fact, you're probably better off because you have gained experience through failure. By stepping out of your comfort zone, you give yourself the chance to win, whether that's in terms of knowledge, experience, or even measurable things like money or recognition. But none of this can happen unless you take the crucial first step. So get started. Pause this video right now and take a first tiny step. Create a GitHub repo for your $1 million app idea, invite a friend over for a brainstorming session, or open the wood you need for your new garden shed. Whatever suits your plans. Just do it now. Chapter 5. The value of real-world experience. Another very common mistake is to focus too much on building theoretical knowledge first before actually getting to work. Sure, it is valuable and sometimes even necessary to exactly know what you are doing, but theory will only ever get you so far. At some point, you just need to put that theoretical knowledge into practice. This is where the real learning happens, through experience. Mistakes and failures in the real world are far more valuable than endless hours of planning. This is because they force you to adapt, grow, and learn in ways that books and tutorials simply can't provide. This is why so many people who excel in their fields also emphasize the value of hands-on experience. In fact, one of the best ways to learn a new skill or concept is to teach it to others. This is because it forces you to A. fully understand the concept at hand, and B. explain it to them in a digestible and especially easy to understand way. The same principle also applies to projects and creative endeavors. Start working, create something, and improve it as you go. In the business world, startups embrace this concept with the fail fast and cheap mentality. They prioritize rapid prototyping and testing over extensive planning. By quickly getting out a product or idea into the real world, they can learn from their mistakes and make adjustments as they go without wasting lots of money or time. The same system can be applied to our personal projects and will likely greatly increase your productivity. At least here in Germany, this approach is also reflected in the education system, especially in programs that combine theoretical studies with hands-on work experience. For example, dual study programs in fields like math, science, and engineering are proven to be highly effective. In such programs, students not only learn theoretical knowledge, but also apply what they have learned in real-world environments, giving them a huge advantage over the competition from the university. Chapter 6. Done is better than perfect. All of the concepts I've talked about so far lead to the title of this video, the concept of done being better than perfect. It might be a simple line, but it has tremendous value inside it. First and foremost, it encourages taking action over endless planning. This reminds us that completing something, no matter how imperfect, is always better than never even getting started because we are waiting for the perfect time or striving for the perfect result. It doesn't mean that we should settle for low quality work or give up on improvement though. Instead, it's about valuing progress as well as momentum. When we allow ourselves to get stuck at the pursuit of perfection, we risk never completing anything. The fear of not meeting an impossible standard becomes paralyzing to us. But if we let go of that need for perfection and focus on getting things done, we create opportunities for ourselves to grow, learn, and improve. It is important to remember that even the most successful people didn't start out perfect. They made mistakes, learned from them, and improved along the way. What sets them apart is their willingness to get things done, publish their work, and move forward even if things aren't perfect. So overall, the goal isn't to glorify sloppy work, but instead to emphasize that progress is more important than perfection. You could put it this way: work that is already done, even if it's flawed, is always better than a perfect idea that never sees the light of day. So in a nutshell, that's what done is better than perfect stands for and why it can be such a powerful mindset for realizing your plans. Chapter 7. A word on failure culture. Before coming to an end, I want to use the opportunity and talk a bit about failure culture. Failure is often seen as something negative, something to be avoided at all costs. But in reality, failure is one of the most valuable learning tools we have. It teaches us something new every time we have to face a failure and puts us one step closer to finally reaching success. In fact, failure should be celebrated, not feared. It's a proof that you tried, you took action, and you put yourself out there. Every failure you face is a learning experience, and the knowledge you gain from it is priceless. Sure, it can be frustrating to put time and especially much effort into something that doesn't work out at all. But the lessons we learn from it are invaluable too. Try to think of it this way. If you never fail, you're probably not pushing yourself hard enough. You're playing it safe, staying in your comfort zone and avoiding challenges. But growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone of repeating what you already know. It happens when we stretch our skills, take risks and sometimes fail. So the next time you face a failure, don't be discouraged. Instead, see it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Always remember, the most successful people in the world didn't get there without facing failure. Failure is a natural part of the journey and it's something to embrace, not something to avoid. With that said, I hopefully made some clear and understandable points in favor of being brave, just getting started and realizing your dreams. We humans only have a rather limited time in our lives and we should use it wisely. So don't waste it with endless planning or waiting for the right time. Get something done and tell me about your experiences as well as thoughts in the comments down below. As always, have a lovely day and until next week on my blog logster.net or somewhere here on YouTube. Bye!